Okay, so everyone knows we're sisters. We've been very active our entire lives in different activities. Whether she was a cheerleader, I was the captain of dance night. We were in ballet. We were always a part of something. Fast forward into real life, you kind of lose touch of that, and there isn't that extended family feel, that tight niche group of people that you can rely on, and that's what we've created with Diesel Nation. We want everyone to feel part of our family from day one. It's the love, it's the support, it's the welcoming. People know they can come to us because we all have each other's backs, and that's something that's important to create, and everyone can create. You just have to be committed to doing that for your team. And one of the keys, I think, is the no I in team philosophy, and I truly believe that the more people you help, if you're selfless, which I think as a leader you should be, if you worry about helping people get what they want, you will get what you want. And that's why there is no I in team, because I have her back, she has mine, as well as everybody else, and we worry about helping each other get to the end goal. What does everybody want their why? We're gonna get that, but we're gonna do it together. So one of the things that I think is critically important when you're trying to grow a business, everyone in here wants to grow a successful Beachbody business, right? Okay, so team culture has obviously been something that Becky and I, we pay really close attention to. We always are trying to foster that family feel within our team. If we feel something's wrong, the leaders on our team know, we spring into action right away. And we hold a leader's call, and we fix it. Whatever it takes to fix it, because creating that feeling of belongingness, which if you go to my presentation tomorrow and on Saturday, it's something that I really talk about when you're trying to create leadership in your downline, is the feeling that everyone belongs. A lot of people lack that in their life. Maybe you did at some point. And this business gives that back to people. And when people feel they belong and feel loved and feel recognized, don't we all love recognition? Yeah. They perform better. So make sure that you guys, as leaders, you are the CEO of your own business, that you are doing that for the people that have trusted you in this journey with you in creating a business, and that you make them feel like they are part of your family, and that's what we've done. The vision. It was crazy to hear that Monica and Dave have 20% of the entire coach network in their organization. How cool is that? Amazing. To me, that deserves a huge round of applause. And that's us. And that didn't happen overnight. Nothing happens overnight. You're not gonna retire from your full-time job in one day. The day after you purchase your challenge pack, the $1 million just don't fall out of the sky. It takes a lot of hard work, but I know one thing's for sure, that Monica and Dave had a vision for their team. Whether it's one that developed quickly or slowly, maybe not as, like for us, it's kind of taken a little bit of time to develop, like where is it that we want to be? Where do we want to see Diesel Nation next year or 5 years from now? And we were finally able to get that locked in a few weeks ago, and we shared it with our team. And you wouldn't believe how awesome it was to see everyone come together and say, we're going to totally make that happen. Yeah, the thing is with the vision, is that we may have a vision in our heads, but that doesn't do any good if we don't share it with everybody else. Everyone needs to know where we're headed. What is the goal? By when are we going to make this happen? I'm very goal-oriented, so I like to know specific dates. How are we going to do it? Well, that's what the vision does. We want X amount of coaches in our team by the end of the year. Okay, how are we going to make that happen? We're going to start working. We're going to build. We're going to develop. A big thing for us, obviously, being moms, is we want way more. I don't remember the number right now, but we want more full-time coaches. We want people home with their families. So how are we going to do that? We need to build more leaders. We need to develop bigger teams within us to go off and do their own thing, build their vision, and go and create larger organizations that are changing millions of lives, hopefully, all over the world, I hope, and just changing and growing and people happy, living. I think that's the end of it. We just want people to be happy in their lives. And that's it.
And if you have that, if you lead your business with that, then nothing can go wrong. I was talking yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I was talking to a top coach, someone who has been insanely successful in this business, but she looked really sad. She looked really sad, and I asked her, I'm like, why are you sad? Like, why don't you have a smile on your face? We're in Vegas, you know, we're having a fruity cocktail, we're sitting at the beach, and at the pool, this is awesome. And she's like, I don't feel like my team is behind me. I feel like I'm alone in this. And I cried, she cried, we all cried because she hadn't built culture in her team. She hadn't shared her vision, and it was an I team, not a we team. And I challenged her, I said, from this day forward, you change that. This is not about you. It is not about you, it is about the person that you bring into this business that trusted you and said, let's do this. And it's not you go do it, it's we're gonna do this together. So if you create that kind of feeling within your organization, and it is a feeling. I mean, if you're on Diesel Nation, raise your hand if you feel like you are a part of our family. And I truly believe that I have one sister, but I have so many other sisters and brothers out there, and that's what we want, and I think that's what you guys also want to create in your team, and family sticks together.
So how do you do that? Well, little things you can start doing right now. When you welcome a new coach into your team, don't just dump them into a group. Like, announce them. Make them feel special.
Tell a story.
Tell their story, how you met.
Yeah.
You know, what was some nice tidbit that you can share with your team, and encourage others to post and welcome them in. Make them feel special. When a new coach sells a challenge pack, we make a really big deal about it. I mean, they hit Success Club, it's like, parties. We love to celebrate. I mean, you know, we're from Miami. We celebrate everything. So, they hit Success Club, we're celebrating. They rank events, we're making a big deal about it. We want everybody on Facebook to know we tag everybody and their mother. And that's how you build team culture, because they feel special, they feel recognized, and everybody wants that. We all want that in our lives.
And just recently, and you probably have seen it on Facebook, it's not something that is new or something innovative that we came up with. It's just something that we saw happening, and we're like, you know, that's working. That's working. And that's what you have to do. You have to see what other coaches are doing, pick up on it, and then implement it right away and make it work for you. A lot of people are like embarrassed to post that they have 5 coaches on their team and, you know, celebrating their, you know, volume or Success Club because they only have 5 coaches. Hell no, you have 5 coaches on your team and you want to celebrate everything that they do, because those 5 coaches will sponsor the next 10,000. If you think about the ripple effect that those 5 coaches can have in your life and in your business, so start today and start celebrating and start recognizing the achievements of everybody on your team.
And just speaking of the ripple effect, you can move on if you want. If you're doing that for them, then they're going to do that for their team, and then that culture is going to continue happening. That's how you set the bar. It's going to continue duplicating over and over and over again. Everybody's going to feel happy after that.
So here's another thing that you can do, and we like to teach you something that you could just walk away with today and implement into your business. Is how do we structure our teams, our pages on Facebook, so that the streams of information are going to the right people? Because, you know, you probably have a team page where it's, you know, a larger group where every new coach gets added in. Sometimes it starts branching off, but you wouldn't post the same information in that page that you would do with, let's say, diamond coaches, if you have diamond coaches in your organization. So what we've done is created not only our large team page, where everyone is always welcomed in, and that's where there's a good flow of information on a daily basis, but Becky has a personally sponsored coach page, which I'm in, yeah. And then I have a personally sponsored coach page, and then we encourage every single coach that comes into our team to do that as well, because we say it all the time, you are the CEO. Now you're the leader of that one coach that you've brought into the business, or that, you know, when you get to Emerald that you have 2 coaches. You are now their leader, so put them in a group where you guys can start creating that team culture.
And do that as soon as you leave Vegas. Open your own team.
And of course, you know, there's
Open it.
coach
Don't worry about
training.
names, and that doesn't matter. Just get your people together in a group where you can communicate and take information from your larger team group and you filter it to your people, but do that as soon as you get back.
So a lot of people always ask, well, what do you post in that group? Are you guys having that?
Yeah.
What? Oh, time. Okay, so just one thing about posting in the group. Becky's very good at this, and I learned from her. You know, I learned from Success Leaves Clues, right? So follow the people that are being successful in the business. Becky is constantly pouring training materials into her personally sponsored group. That's what you should do. There are limitless resources on YouTube.
YouTube is the best.
YouTube is the best. So subscribe to all the training groups the training pages, Beachbody Coach training channels on YouTube, and that's what you post, where you never know, you'll post a video and someone will watch and say, aha, you know, that's what I needed. That's that little tidbit of information that I needed to grow my business. So let's talk about something that we love.
If you guys don't know, our team, I think, started with events. Our first Shake and Share was at my sister's house. We have a couple coaches here that were at that event. That was huge for us. And then the very first Super Saturday that we hosted was at my house in my family room, and there were 30 people. Now we have 500 plus. But it took time to mature that. But it's been part of our team culture. And we have continued to be cutting edge and creative. And it brings our people together, and we get to talk to them, because, you know, on Facebook, yeah, you're messaging, but you don't get to talk to someone. And this is a good time for you guys to actually get to know each other, spend time together, learn, and share. So definitely the events are a huge part of what it takes to build a business, and you guys need to start doing that for your team. For your area. For us, it's not only our team, it's South Florida. And we've grown South Florida because we've committed to events.
Absolutely. I mean, if you take a look at the last 4 years in our business, and we'll cut this off, this is pretty self-explanatory, but if you've read GoPro, raise your hand. There's 2 things that Eric Ward talks about. He says, share third-party tools, which I just did a call on that for my team, it rocked, and get your people to events. Why don't people do those things? It still confuses me. If Eric Ward, who's like a genius when it comes to network marketing, is telling you to get people to events, why aren't people doing it? Get them to events. This has been, if you look at our business over the last 4 years, we started in my living room, or Becky's living room, with Super Saturday. There was about 30 people there. Since that time, our businesses have grown with our events. The bigger our events, the bigger our business. There is a connection. You can host a Super Saturday. All you need is a TV and a DVD player or a computer that you can plug in. That's it. We were nervous as hell when we first, lined up those chairs, and we were like, hi. It was weird, but perfect strangers walked into her house. She had no idea people were going to be coming in from other teams. We had no idea. But that's how it started. And you can start that trend and growing that culture like we have, that I think is very effective, where you group everybody together like on a team call or an event like Super Saturday, like this, like Summit, and have major aha moments in your organization all at the same time. Consider what that does to your business. So, You're ready to rock Summit?
Get on a team cup.